Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, decent news in the heavyweight division, which is, better than anything because, in heavyweight division you get nothing but bad news. You know what I'm saying? So, in the last bad news we had was the fact that Dillian White was doped, basically, right? And Anthony Joshua and Dillian White can't fight. So we were also talking about what kind of opponent he's going to get. You know what I mean? And so, wait, the cat's out the bag. The opponent will be Robert Helenius. Robert Helenius. Robert Helenius is, most of the people are going to remember Robert Helenius because he got knocked out from Deontay Wilder in his second to last fight in the first round. So Anthony Joshua taking Robert Helenius will be considered a cherry pick. But we have to understand that Anthony Joshua didn't have much time. There wasn't many things he could do. For people who saying that Filip Hrgović is on the undercard, he should have chose Filip Hrgović. I think Anthony Joshua from maybe 2-3 years ago, maybe 3.5 years ago, probably would have took Hrgović. I think that's not realistic right now at the stage of Anthony Joshua's career. And a fight like that should be a little bit bigger than that, right? So I don't think it's so realistic for Anthony Joshua to take Filip Hrgović. We knew it wasn't going to be him, somebody a stage or a level lower than Hrgović, and I think there we are with Robert Helenius. Now, Robert Helenius versus Joshua is still going to be a good fight, and here's some reasons why. One is it ain't on pay-per-view no more. The whole stuff shouldn't have been on pay-per-view in the first damn place. You see what I'm saying? Him versus Anthony Joshua versus Dillian White. That should have been on pay-per-view. So now the whole show is not on pay-per-view, and that's good for the consumer, right? So it's just a good little night of fighting, and that's pretty good. That's one reason. The other reason is this. Robert Helenius, I repeat, got knocked out in one round from Deontay Wilder. Anthony Joshua is supposedly going to fight Deontay Wilder sometime in December or January, what we're hearing, which, here the glass is half empty, which I don't believe that fight's going to happen, but that's what's out there. So Anthony Joshua is going to have to engage in this fight. He's not going to be able to go out there and, outpoint Robert Helenius. He's going to have to want to get him out of there, and pretty damn quickly, because you're measuring yourself with Deontay Wilder. And that can make for a good fight. Let's make sure this is clear. I mean, Robert Helenius, he has like 4 losses. Who did he lose to? I think Gerald Washington, for example. That was Gerald Washington's biggest win, I would think. I think he lost to Dillian White. I'm not really sure how. And he lost to a couple of other guys. I'm not really mistaken. Of course, Deontay Wilder, maybe one other guy I can't think of right now. But, he has a couple of pretty good wins on his resume, too. I ain't going to go back to the Sergey Lyakovich wins or Lamont Brewster wins. I'm thinking about the guy who I was rolling with, Chesh, and that's Adam Konalki. Now, before he fought Helenius, Adam Konalki was the guy we thought had a whole lot of punch resistance, and he throws a whole lot of punches. You remember that fight he had with Chris Arreola where they threw the most punches in heavyweight history? Adam Konalki was somebody I was really worried about, right? He was getting hit, but he was hitting you way more times than you was hitting him. And he looked like he had a granite chin. This is the guy who, dented the chin of Adam Konalki. He did to Adam Konalki what Tony Thompson did to a fighter in Britain called David Price back in the day. David Price was on his way to fight Tyson Fury in a big old British dust-up, wanted one more fight, and took on Tony Thompson and got clipped. And then he's like, it must have been luck. He rematched him a few months later and got clipped again. It's the same thing that happened to Adam Konalki messing around with Robert Helenius, which means let's not get up in here thinking Robert Helenius can't punch at all. So you have that element because it's still Anthony Joshua, who's we have to all agree upon is chinny. So that makes for at least a little suspense in the heavyweight division, how this is going to play out. That's why I consider it still a pretty good fight. It's not like a savior of the heavyweight division type of fight or nothing like that. But before we don't get nothing, and they called the whole damn show off, we got Anthony Joshua versus Robert Helenius. and it's still a little suspense there, right? So let's see what happened. That's the newest news. Robert Helenius versus Anthony Joshua on this weekend, baby. Let's see what's up. Doma Sports Talk worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.